Barak Yahweh, Barak Yahweh Shah, Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shah, Bahashim, Krahah Badash. All praises, honor, glory, love, respect, faith, and power and trust, and all credit to my Heavenly Father, Yahweh, and my Heavenly Big Brother, Yahweh Shah. Thank you so much for what you've done, what you're doing, and what you're going to do. Double honors to your apostles and elders and bishops of GMS, Great Millstone, who I learned from, and all the men scattered all over the world, teaching this truth and none but the truth in the name, spirit, and the power of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah. I'm trying to put a spiritual bug in your Hebrew Israelites' ears, your so-called blacks, Latinos, Hispanics, Native Americans, Seminole Indians, and you speckled birds. And what is a speckled bird? That'd be a Hebrew Israelite that look like some of the heathen nations, like, for example, a Hebrew Israelite that look like a so-called Chinese person or a so-called white person. Anyway, I got some videos lined up related to AI, robotics, and what is it also? Them data centers. Yeah, I got those videos lined up. I'm going to play these videos. I'm going to get into the script my best ability, say whatever I got to say through spirit and power, Yahweh Bashim Shah. The Holy Spirit, the Krahak Wadash, Lord, will it be on me? Let's get it. And you can clearly see that first demonstration of showing robots, they always got to be looking like they fighting. Their first movements got to look like they throwing hooks and punches and kicks and shit. Why is that? It always be that way. Of course, they're going to use them as weapons. That looks stupid. I mean, I guess they just the beginning come, but shit. Soon that motherfucker gonna be busting the double somersault backflips and front flips and shit. Doing fucking cartwheels. I'm like, yeah, that's not. Oh, this thing needs a gun on the back.
Yeah, that's it. Very good. 好，人形，这些组成了我们的所有的。可以这样办吧？它就可以穿过那个车体，对，然后速度会更快，奔跑的。这里还有一个小礼品，你红牌的呢？谢谢你。
Anyway, see what Moab doing. And they setting themselves up with failure. And some more shit. Like I said, they setting themselves up for failure, man, because this shit gonna enslave their ass even more.
You. Just you.
Goodness gracious.
Building your app on Base 44.
If we are feeling dehumanized by AI, then we're certainly doing our bit to humanize robots. We came across a few interesting stories from robots practicing Tai Chi, taking part in cultural activities, and even sashaying down the catwalk. Makes for good visuals, have a look.
Fashion shows are usually about imagining the next big trend. But in Seoul, the future on display wasn't just the clothing, it was the models too.
What the fuck? They ain't gonna be taking your job. They ain't gonna be taking these models' jobs soon, bro. Bruh, what the fuck is wrong with YouTube, man? I noticed something wasn't right. Hold on, let me close out of here. Open up YouTube again, cause this shit is stupid. I'm trying to pause the video and it won't pause right. Damn, what is this about? Yeah. Oh yeah, what is this? What that scene from that movie? Oh yeah, you know what? Who is this? Yeah, that's right. I forgot about that. That movie I was watching was a movie called came out a couple years ago. I'm gonna watch this bruh video right here real quick. Hopefully I can get it squeeze this video in at the end. But what was that movie called? It was a dystopian movie. Oh, 2073. You know, drones everywhere. And if it's 2073, you would expect that they showed an image of these hovering aircrafts dumping trash out in the landfill, but then they had these little rinky-dink drones that you have today. I know it's a movie, but still, you will have like, if it's 2073, you'll have devices like drones, like anti-gravity machines, you know what I'm saying, shit like that, instead of the propellers and such. But the point of the movie is New World Order and motherfucking drones everywhere, you know, and people hiding out, they living in sewers and underground areas, and they sometimes got to get, it's just giving you a look on what was going on in the past, and now here we are today. It's not really a movie, but it's more like it's half of a movie and a documentary. Well, really just a documentary. 2073. I don't know if you can be able to get it, but the only best way you can get it is torrent that shit. I don't know if they have it on what's the website? I don't know, but you can torrent that shit. That's all I can tell you. Anyway, where is it? Where am I at? I want to click on this. Plug this into here. Should I even let me see. I got, actually, you know what? Fuck it. I'll go ahead and play that video. I just got a lot of videos lined up about AI and robots. Yeah, I guess this video gonna be another 1 hour long video, maybe.
At a runway event hosted by South Korean entertainment technology company Galaxy Corporation, robots and humans took to the catwalk in
She looking at this damn thing, making this shit don't end up goddamn doing some kung fu shit on her ass on the catwalk.
Go
haywire.
Bits.
Glitch out on her.
Show called Mach 33 Physical AI Fashion Show featured robots draped in capes before human models revealed the designs underneath. The robots then shared the runway with their human counterparts, walking, posing, and even performing synchronized choreography together.
I believe
so. You got clothes for the robots and you got clothes for the human.
That one day people will wear
and dress up robots like
fashion inspired by robots, and conversely, robots will wear robotic fashion inspired by human.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. They'll have fashion clothes for robots. You can dress up your robot.
That is why we decided.
See, they trying to normalize this shit as robots coming into existence with humans in society. Well, and plus, then when you accepting robots to be part of society, guess what? You gotta be part with robots, AI, with the chip implant, the mark of the beast.
Decided to hold a physical AI robot fashion show because we hope to help create that world someday.
The apparel on display was designed by Galaxy Corporation, which plans to launch the collection under the Mach 33 brand later this year. The event was designed to explore a future where humans and robots coexist, not as competitors, but as companions.
Yeah, as together. And in order to be that way, you gotta have that chip implant to be, to be one with AI and shit.
Galaxy Corporation said the show was meant to present robots as machines capable of sharing emotion, creativity, and even philosophy. By combining fashion, performance, and robotics, the company hopes to offer a glimpse of what the emerging era of physical artificial
oh my gosh, these niggas moving like the fucking robots.
Intelligence could look like. And if this
what the fuck these gook ass niggas doing?
Runway is any indication, robots may be finding their way into places far beyond the factory floor. That shift is already underway in South Korea. The country is one of the most automated economies in the world, with more than 1,000 industrial robots for every 10,000 workers.
Are they more than Japan?
From
Probably so.
advanced manufacturing to humanoid machines, South Korea has spent years investing in robotics, AI, and automation. And as the technology evolves, robots are increasingly being asked to do more than just work. Robots are not just sharing our runways, they are also learning to share our traditions. At a university in northeast China, robots took part in a competition with a distinctly cultural twist. Dressed in traditional Hanfu, the robots performed classic Chinese bowing ceremonies and even practiced the ancient martial art of Tai Chi.
With artificial intelligence now deeply integrated into every industry, the event will help more students understand how AI can empower fields such as mechanical engineering and automation, laying a solid foundation for their future careers.
The event brought together hundreds of teams and more than 1,700 students and faculty members from universities across Heilongjiang province. But cultural performance was just one part of the challenge. The competition also featured AI innovation contests, robot dance showdowns, and all-terrain robot events, blending cutting-edge technology with a celebration of culture.
Whatever, nigga.
From the #1 rated brand in cordless outdoor power, the Ego 22-inch aluminum deck
This is a simulation scene for mechanical assembly. It is standard content. In terms of robotics technology, as well as our openness to application scenarios, we are at the forefront. Overall, the robotics industry is still relatively new. There is actually a gap between a research prototype and a mass-produced model, which is what we call engineering. This engineering This area of ours is on the first floor. We will eventually build a robot just like a human, one that can quickly adapt to society and help us with many tasks. It could even build itself, like installing chips or working in factories.
These niggas are fucking retarded. And no offense to any brothers or sisters that live amongst these heathens, that look like the heathens, that you're not heathens, you're Israelites. No offense to you, but these niggas are retarded. Goodness gracious, it's just like Esau.
Once the robot is trained with data and possesses the necessary intelligence, it can return to the factory to help build its own kind.
Or it can end up realizing, I'm a slave. It's a slave, and they want to decide to rebel and kill humans. Hey, I always do that shit in these movies, bro. Oh, it was that TV show I remember watching. It's kind of sort of like the Netflix series with its 3D animation, the I Robot Hate or Love Robot. But this one here is what was it? It was Amazon Prime, but it was based on video games. And they all like 3D animated, but it's based on video games. They had one. It was based off of Unreal Tournament. And his robot now, he's self-aware, and now he's fighting in the tournament. And yeah, that shit right there. I don't know if they're coming out with another season. They probably will be soon. But anyway, yeah, that scene where that robot pretty much went rogue. And then that motherfucker was killing all the motherfuckers. And then if he fucked up, he'll learn more. He'll learn how to fight, and then he'll start dominating the battlefield of the tournaments.
Yes, we have this.
And finally, the fear that
Yeah. Let me go ahead and read some. What is this about? Yeah, let me go ahead and read some. Psalm chapter 2, verse 1. What is that? Why do the heathen rage and imagine a vain thing? These niggas think they can accomplish greatness by creating some some robots that's powered by AI, artificial intelligence, and they can fold clothes, tie your shoes, and mow your yard, and whatever the hell, man. But ultimately, this shit gonna be used as a weapon. That's all I can tell you. Shit, all that bullshit. All they doing is just getting people softened up and warmed up for something else that's coming. They get you warmed up for the robots, get you comfortable for that bullshit. But then later on, the chip implants come into town. They already here anyway. They just ain't implemented them and forced them on people. But shit, like I said, they get people warmed up for AI robots, and then ultimately they gonna want you to be part of AI and robots and shit. Get that chip implant. I don't know what else to tell you, but just get straight to the point and say it.
Robots will replace human jobs is becoming real. A smart humanoid robot in China is now tackling household chores. From washing dishes to folding laundry, the robot is being tested.
And I was just talking about that.
On everyday tasks. Thank you for watching. We'll leave you with this report.
It says it's doing all this shit, but is it really doing it on its own? Of course it got to learn, but it's gonna fuck up. Yeah. Oh, that nigga cleaning the toilet too. Goddamn Johnny 5. That remind me of I seen a video that's just talking about that short circuit robot in that movie. Anyway, I'm trying to think, was that a Steven Spielberg movie? I don't know. Anyway. Oh yeah, this that video where that kid get fucking. Here you go. Oh, that motherfucking robot went right in his fucking chest. That wasn't in the stomach, that was in the chest. Shit. One robot during martial arts demonstration. And see, they always got to have these robots doing some martial arts fighting shit, and look what happens. And that motherfucker kicked the shit out of that kid. But that was judgment. Oh yeah, this damn thing went goofball mode. She can't even maintain. Oh yeah, this shit right here. It remind me of that game called Baby Steps. The Edomite, you controlling him, and he can barely fucking walk. And this nigga here, you gotta take him so far away to make it somewhere. And this nigga keep falling and shit. He taking baby, so you gotta use the controller in a certain way to make him walk. And shit. Ooh. Shit. Even trying to roll the curtains is a failure. Look at that shit. That shit is absolutely the robot failing, and them bringing out the curtains is a failure. It's too late now. I don't even know why it even. But I know that was like last year, but it was too late for to do that. What's the point? Oh, god damn! I ain't never seen that video before. That motherfucker exploded. They fall one moment and boom, that bitch, that arm came off and shit. Everything exploded off that robot. Like, man, she putting the robot on a stretcher. Man, you just throw that bitch in a dumpster, man. A fucking trash can. Yeah, what garbage. See what we got. Oh, we got this chick.
Aaron Levy is the founder and CEO.
Oh, Levy. I'm pretty sure that's a small hatter, right? Maybe, maybe not. Let me speed this up.
Of Box. He has 2.7 million followers on X, where he posts almost exclusively about how exciting AI is. He actively invests in AI startups. He writes blogs with titles like "Headless Software is the Future." He is, by any reasonable measure, one of the most enthusiastic AI advocates in the technology industry. And last week, he publicly diagnosed his fellow CEOs with a condition he called AI psychosis. His exact words were the following: CEOs are uniquely prone to AI psychosis because they're sufficiently distant from the last mile of work that still has to happen to generate most value with AI. So they would play with a demo, for example. They watch it generate a contract or write some code. They see the happy path. The happy path, for anyone unfamiliar with the term, is the version of the product where nothing goes wrong ever. It is also the version that has never once survived contact with a real user. And then they make the leap to believing agents can do the work without ever encountering the bugs, the hallucinated libraries, the hours of human review that separate a demo from a deployed product. When the most pro-AI CEO in the room is the one diagnosing the others with psychosis, the condition might be more advanced than anyone is comfortable admitting. My name is Elle. I have a PhD in computer science, and I analyze AI developments to understand what's actually happening beneath all of this hype. In this video, I'm going to walk through what tech CEOs are actually saying about AI and the decisions they're making on the back of it. Then I'm going to show you what the research actually says about AI and productivity, because the gap between these two is extraordinary right now. After that, I want to connect this to something I covered recently about how AI psychosis works at the individual level, because the mechanism turns out to be more similar than you'd expect. And along the way, I propose we play a game in this video. I'm going to show you some real quotes from real...
I always thought AI psychosis was people who were actually believing that whatever AI was telling them was real. They're saying these people were going... Well, I guess that's what she described AI psychosis is, but I kind of missed it. But, you know, what they say, AI psychosis, people are going in this delusional world believing that they're astronauts, that's an intergalactic lawyer defending clients all over the galaxy or some dumb shit. People actually thought that. I'm like, goddamn, you niggas are retarded on this shit. Yeah, people thinking that they're dogs, and we're either thinking, like I said, they're intergalactic lawyer, going traveling around the galaxy, serving justice to anybody. You know, that's stupid shit.
tech CEOs, and
they want to blame AI for that.
I want you to tell me, AI psychosis or just eccentric? Pause the video, drop your verdicts in the comments, we're gonna find out together. Levy's diagnosis is very specific, and it's worth taking seriously precisely because of who's making it. He is not an AI skeptic having a bad day on social media. He is literally a CEO who builds AI products, backs AI companies, and genuinely believes in the technology's long-term potential. So he's not saying that AI is useless. His argument is that the people making the biggest decisions about AI deployment are the people least equipped to evaluate what AI can actually do, because they're too far from the work itself. A CEO watches a demo, the demo generates the contract, the CEO thinks agents can handle contracts. What the CEO doesn't see is the legal team that would need to review every single clause, the edge cases the model cannot handle, the liability implications of a hallucinated term, the 3 hours of human work that sits between impressive demo and deployable output. Levy's advice to CEOs is to use AI a ton, not to watch demos, but to actually push through the full workflow and come out the other side with an appreciation for both the upside and the real work. But this problem is older than AI, much, much older. If a human surrounds themselves with only people who agree and never challenge, their decision-making degrades over time. This is one of the most documented phenomena in organizational psychology, right? The yes man problem, the emperor's new clothes. Every leadership phase.
Anyway, I don't want to play this no more. I was just curious about what it's about. Let's get to this next video about some data centers.
Artificial intelligence is racing ahead at breakneck speed. Governments are investing billions, tech giants are building larger models, and AI is becoming part of everyday life. But beneath the excitement lies a growing environmental concern. The machines powering AI require vast amounts of electricity, billions of liters of water, and massive cooling infrastructure. A new United Nations report warns that by the end of this decade, AI data centers could consume enough water to meet the annual needs of 1.3 billion people. So the true cost of AI may be much higher than we think. Here's our report.
We are living through the greatest technological revolution in human history. AI is writing our emails, diagnosing disease, predicting the weather. It feels like magic. But this magic has a price.
Soon they're gonna be down policing the people, governing the people, and then saying that you've been eating too much meat. We have to cut you out for 1 week to reduce the CO2 emissions and shit for your ass. So we recommend you eat bugs and shit. And yeah, until you're back to your normal levels of consumption of meat and such. Anyway.
Behind every AI chatbot, every prompt you type, sits a warehouse the size of a football field, packed floor to ceiling with servers, humming, heating, and drinking energy. Did you know that to ask ChatGTP a question requires 10 times more energy than asking a search engine like Google? In 2025 alone, global data centers consumed 448 terawatt hours of electricity. That's roughly enough to power tens of millions of homes for a year. If data centers were a country, they'd rank 10th in the world for electricity consumption. That's above Spain, above Saudi Arabia, and that's just today. By 2030, the projection is 945 terawatt hours, nearly triple the combined electricity use of Pakistan, Bangladesh, and Nigeria combined. But electricity is only half the story. These machines run hot, dangerously hot, so they're cooled with water. Billions and billions of liters of water, pumped in, heated up, evaporated into thin air. The United Nations University Institute for Water, Environment and Health has done the maths. By 2030, AI data centers are projected to consume 9.3 trillion liters of water. That's enough to meet the minimum annual domestic water needs of 1.3 billion people in sub-Saharan Africa for an entire year. While some of the world's most vulnerable populations fight for a single glass of clean water, the servers powering your AI assistant are quietly gulping it down, and then it gets worse. A new study, still being peer-reviewed, has found that data centers don't just consume heat, they create it. Researchers discovered that land surface temperatures rise by 2 degrees Celsius on average after a data center begins operations, in extreme cases, 9 degrees. This effect, what scientists are calling the data heat island, extends nearly 10 kilometers in every direction. Over 340 million people are already living inside one. A BBC report last year highlighted how data centers have disrupted water supplies for residents living nearby. In Georgia, residents complained of drying wells and excess sediments due to a Meta data center around 350 meters away. And then there's US Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. A few days ago at a congressional hearing, she came with 2 jars filled with brown water.
I have a jar right here. This is the current drinking water in Morgan County, Georgia. Right after a data center was constructed, the Meta data center was constructed, the only difference between the clean water and this was that data center. I have another one as well. So this wasn't just one well. These wasn't just one family's situation. This is what the drinking water now looks like.
A Gallup survey recently found that 71% of Americans oppose building AI data centers in their neighborhood. And what would they rather have?
And I mean, they're not trying to... These devils Esau ain't trying to make the world a better place. They just trying to make it worse and worse and worse. And you Edomites, you low-level devils, all the rest of you heathens should be ashamed of yourself, but you never are. You still want to be proud. Now, I want to say some of you are ashamed. Some of y'all don't like this shit. Y'all don't like this shit. I'll say that. But for the rest of you dumbass heathens, and you got Jake. I take that back. You got Jake that's all for this shit too. These dumb motherfuckers. What's his name? Antoine. Yeah, goodness gracious, dog. Your dog farted. Anyway, yeah, I'm talking about you. Pissy butt. Now you want to roll over. Yeah, you passing gas. That shit stink. Anyway, it was a guy named Antoine Daniel. That nigga, you know he getting a chip implant. But he's all for this shit. Oh, fucking dick riding Edomite. I mean, dick riding nigga. God dang, man. That shit don't make no sense. How y'all see this shit is fucking up and it's leading to that chip implant. And plus your destruction. Anyway.
A nuclear power plant. AI data centers are already responsible.
Run up electricity bill and a lack of water. Fucking up the environment. Making shit hot. We ain't even made it in the summertime yet.
For producing.
And they talk about, they talk so much about the environment being destroyed by mankind or the peasants. It's our fault. No, nigga, it's the elite's fault. You niggas greenlight all this data center shit and all this dumb shit. Get the fuck out of here, nigga. That's why we got to get these niggas out. The Lord got to get these niggas out of here. He is going to get these niggas out of here, but I just pray it comes fast. I'm tired of this shit.
108 million tons of carbon dioxide per year.
Yeah, they talk about The average human beings are doing this. Look at these niggas. Clearly, and guess what? If you speak bad about this, we can arrest you. By who law? Your law? That's what I'm saying. And people will just, hey, it's going to be a big revolt against these devils. A big old revolt against these damn devils. Shit, yeah. And they going to be coming after believers of Yahweh Shemal Shah, because you know damn well, either we speak about this stuff against it or watch the videos that speak against this stuff, we're going to be a target too.
This is equivalent to the entire carbon output of Argentina. The manufacture of their servers strips rare earth metals from the earth. Their waste fills landfills with thousands of tons of electronics. And training a single large AI language model produces between 200 and 300 tons of carbon dioxide, the equivalent of 125 round-trip flights from New York to Beijing. And that brings us to a bigger question. Artificial intelligence may be transforming the world, but what is the world paying in return? Can humanity build intelligence without exhausting the resources that sustain it? Google says yes. It has promised to return more water than it consumes, but it may take time. In the meantime...
That sounds like Trump. It's going to take time, you know, short-term gain for long-term... short-term pain for long-term gain. Yeah.
When AI answers a question in seconds, remember this. The response may be digital, but the cost is not.
The planet is gasping for breath. Several
See what we got. And let's see what people got to say about this data center shit.
At a time when the price of tools and everything else only seems to go up, Harbor Freight.
On to this, the AI boom is triggering this growing backlash across the country. Communities and state lawmakers are pushing back against the massive data centers needed to power artificial intelligence over electricity use, water demands, higher costs for residents. News Nation national correspondent Marcus Espinoza joins us live. And Marcus, there's a lot of not in my backyard, sentiment. Some states are considering restrictions or temporary pauses on these new data center projects. Get us up to speed there.
Marky, good morning. Such a divisive topic here. The race to build data centers is moving fast, but so is the opposition in both red and blue states. Supporters say these facilities, they're really critical to power AI and cloud computing. Critics say communities could be left fronting the bill. Lawmakers in at least 15 states have introduced bills on restrictions, temporary pauses, or other limits on new data center development. At least half of those bills, though, have already failed in their state houses. Here in New York, leaders want the state to pause all new large-scale data centers for at least a year.
New Yorkers want to make sure that if we're bringing on hyperscale centers, the biggest of the biggest, that we're not the ones footing the bill, that our utility bills don't go up, that our water isn't used, and that our communities are protected.
So some communities have already adopted local pauses or new zoning rules, while others are pushing for data center companies to cover more of the cost associated with power, water, and infrastructure upgrades. And Marky, even some supporters of data centers acknowledge more oversight may be coming. But with demand for AI still surging, the debate isn't whether more data centers will be built, it's who pays for them and where they should go. In nearby Kenilworth, New Jersey, less than 20 miles from New York City, a nearly $2 billion AI data center is being built. The 400,000 square foot center will use the equivalent power consumption, Marky, of 200,000 homes. That town has less than 10,000 residents.
Yeah, you and I have talked about these data centers too. A lot of people who have them in their own backyards complain about constant noise. There's odors associated with some of these, AI data centers too.
Yes, it's a lot of unwelcome senses for a lot of these communities here, and then not to mention it rises costs for electricity for everybody. Yep.
Yeah, a major concern. We're following where they're popping up quite closely. Marcus Espinoza, thank you for that update.
New today, residents are pushing back against the rapid growth of...
Damn, I didn't know the video was playing this fast. Shit. I was wondering, damn, I thought I had 1.25.
data centers for AI across the U.S. amid growing concerns about the environmental impacts on communities.
Farting and shit, now you want to bed.
This is the beautiful city of Maysville. Oh, sorry, could you not hear me? That might just be the two pre-existing data centers right behind me.
Georgia Power is expecting all of the tax citizens and the landowners here to subsidize their project.
Okay, all you Edomites got complaining about this shit. Hey.
Look into China and their data centers. They are using windmills and not using water.
18 of these turbines back here, and they're going to put 41 in place.
Now, I'm pretty sure them Chinese data centers they're using windmills to some degree, but that motherfucking windmill ain't gonna power all that shit. They're gonna use diesel and natural gas to burn that shit up. Use all that power. Heck yeah, don't be fooled.
And leading the charge is activist Erin Brockovich, consumer advocate.
Oh, goodness gracious. Well, she got some fucking Buddha doo-doo shit.
An environmental activist who is joining me right now. Awfully good to have you back on the show, Erin. Thanks for joining us. And look, everybody knows you famously battled a giant gas company as portrayed in that Oscar-winning film starring Julia Roberts. And now you are tackling AI. Prior to launching your website, Brockovich AI Data Center Reporting, you wrote, if data centers are so great, why are they being built in secret? How have companies managed to build hundreds of facilities under the radar? These things, I mean, they're huge, so many of them. You can't miss them.
Yeah, no, so, the whole thing started for me when I had 30 individual emails from one community about data centers. That's usually a signal for me that something's going on. And so I wanted to see the bigger picture about what was happening with data centers. So that's why we created the map. I was stunned within 3 days that 47, 48 states were reporting. And you just asked a great question, because that's exactly what they all started to report to me. How this happened. They had no idea. These proposals came through. They felt like it was in the middle of the night. They were secret. It was behind closed doors. So they became very concerned at that point. Why did we not know? What is the secret? What is the push? And they had no say in it. So that's what's really started so many of these communities across the country and their frustration about these data centers and how they got there.
And look, you've noted that you're not completely opposed to data centers, so what aspects of them are you against?
Oh, well, we're all concerned about data centers. I think there's a conversation here about AI and data centers. This isn't necessarily a conversation about AI. This is about the data centers and where you're placing them. And they're being placed on top of schools, on top of residents, in, hospitals.
Ecclesiastes chapter 10, verse 3. An unwise king destroyeth his people. And you can see that they putting data centers on top of schools, on top of this, and on top of hospitals, and shit. These niggas just keep constantly building these motherfuckers up like they Walmarts. Like they Walmarts just blowing up in the 19. Look at that solar panels. Like all them fields of solar panels like that. What they gonna do? What is all that shit gonna do? All that land they been down. That could be farmland right there. And all that dead ass grass. Look at all them solar panels. Ain't no grass gonna be growing hardly in that shit. But anyway. They trying to make sure like it's gonna be better for the future for the elite, not for you people.
In locations, and again, you said these things are monstrous. And what's happening from proposal to construction to running. Let's talk about the non-disclosure that's really frustrated people. They're extraordinarily concerned about their water. They're extraordinarily concerned about their energy bills, which many people are now reporting in the facilities that are up and running. They are double and triple the electric bill. They're very concerned about all of this on top of an already strained infrastructure system. Not to mention they're very worried about the land, what's happening to the wildlife, and most importantly, what is the future impact on their health and the
future gonna be, when it comes out, their health is gonna be bad. It's gonna be dark in America and all over the world. I ain't gonna play no more of this. I wanna go and get this bruh video, GMS Vegas 144 Reload. But I got one more video gonna play. And speaking of reading that scripture about unwise king, here's an unwise king. The unwise king of Babylon. Oh, shit, this damn ad popping up. Fuck. Can I scroll this damn thing? Like it won't scroll. Piece of shit.
Welcome to the We On podcast. In this episode, we explore the high-stakes tug-of-war over AI regulation in the United States, revealing how Trump's voluntary framework pits Silicon Valley innovation against Wall Street security concerns in a race for control. Trump's voluntary AI framework sets the stage for industry clashes. The framework reflects a light-touch, federal regulatory approach that emphasizes innovation, preemption of state AI laws, and reliance on existing legal regimes. Advanced AI capabilities make our nation stronger, but also introduce new national security considerations that require coordinated action across executive departments and agencies, the order says. It was a direct contradiction to US President Donald Trump's promise of removing any guardrails before taking office. Even though his baseline philosophy still remains pro-laissez-faire, Trump's order, Promoting Advanced Artificial Intelligence Innovation and Security, released on June 2nd, establishes a framework for the federal government to vet the national security risks of the most advanced AI systems and encourages voluntary cooperation between companies and federal agencies. The key word to be noted is voluntary. Following the launch of the Claude Mythos by Anthropic on April 7th, the U.S. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent and outgoing Fed Chair Jerome Powell held an emergency meeting with the Wall Street executives. Anthropic released a report titled, Assessing Claude Mythos Previews Cybersecurity Capabilities. Mythos, within a few weeks of automated and human testing, successfully identified over 10,000 high or critical severity security flaws in major software systems, setting off alarms in Washington. The meeting was held in mid-April, but was not about interest rates, not over tariffs, nor oil prices due to the Iran war, but specifically over cybersecurity risks linked to Anthropic's Mythos AI model. The attendees included the CEOs of Citigroup, Morgan Stanley, Bank of America, Wells Fargo, and Goldman Sachs. It was hastily arranged, not pre-planned. In the meeting, they were briefed about the security risks, which created a global alarm, even in India. On April 23rd, Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman chaired a meeting with Reserve Bank of India, National Payments Corporation of India, Indian Banks Association, and Indian Computer Emergency Response Team officials, calling the Mythos threat unprecedented. Following a meeting with Anthropic's India team, officials appeared to have agreed that models used in the sensitive sector must be hosted on Indian servers for regulatory, security, and jurisdiction risks. The day after the meeting, Anthropic revealed it was releasing a version of Mythos to a select group of companies under an initiative called Project Glasswing. Participants include Amazon, Apple, and JP Morgan, with the idea that these firms will get a head start on strengthening their defenses before the model becomes more widely available. On May 21st, US President Donald Trump cancelled an executive order signing, citing that he didn't like certain aspects of it. Just hours before the signing of the executive order, David Sachs, Trump's former crypto and AI czar, intervened against the 90-day mandatory review window. He warned that a 3-month government-mandated freeze would cripple the fast-moving tech sector and hand a massive advantage to China. After the
Nigga said, whatever. They signed that motherfucker without no hesitation. That's some bunch of bogus bullshit. They said, we signed this bitch. Let's get this shit out the way.
Cancellation, another round of frantic negotiations started, which had all the frontier model executives and legacy tech giants, including Sam Altman, Dario Amodei, Sundar Pichai, Satya Nadella, Elon Musk, Mark Zuckerberg, Jensen Huang, Tim Cook, and David Sachs, to name a prominent few. They lobbied to change the 90-day mandatory blocking window and reduced it to a 30-day voluntary review to
more like a damn 30-second, and said, let's sign this bitch, get it on out the way.
Salvage the security framework while keeping the competitive edge. Anthropic welcomed Trump's executive order. Sam Altman publicly praised the compromise, stating that the executive order gets the balance right. Arvind Krishna, CEO of IBM, said that it hit the Goldilocks spot. The tech CEOs intervened at the last minute to get rid of the European-style regulatory framework and established a laissez-faire framework with more autonomy. However, cybersecurity executives remained deeply wary of the practical implications of the executive order's voluntary framework lack real accountability. The sequence of events that led to the signing of the executive order shows the tug-of-war happening within the White House. It appears that the free market crowd won this round, but the fact that an order was passed shows that a populist regulator tension remains alive.
Anyway, the new order's on its way. Well, what I'm talking about, this is the new world order. We in that shit. Well, really, the chip implant gonna be on the way. Well, it's already here. It just ain't thrown out there in people's faces and forced upon people yet, but it's there. Oh, well, you got robo dolls at FIFA.
Have you seen this? It's
robo dolls at FIFA. Let me try to see if I can buff up the quality. No, that's good enough. 720.
Video out of Dallas, Texas, and it's getting a lot of attention online right now, raising eyebrows about the possibility of robot dogs patrolling during World Cup matches. Online claims are saying they'll use facial scanning technology to verify ticket holders. But is it all really true? As it turns out, the video's claims are partially true.
Here's more on this and what's really happening.
Okay, this feels like a Black Mirror episode. Take a look at this video somebody recently posted on TikTok about these robot dogs patrolling in Dallas for the World Cup. Now, the person who posted this video claims that the robot dogs here were doing facial recognition. According to Boston Dynamics, the company behind these dogs, that's not true. But it is true that robot dogs will be helping out with security in New Jersey and in Dallas during the World Cup. And I got into a bit of a rabbit hole reading several articles about these dogs. They have the capability to pick up certain chemicals in the air. They have thermal imaging cameras, and they're going to be doing perimeter checks. The idea is to use these robot dogs during sensitive security incidents where it may not make sense to send a real canine. I also read that similar dogs are being used in Mexico during World Cup matches there too. And while these robot dogs do have some AI capabilities, they are still ultimately controlled by humans. So there's still some sort of electronic leash, if you will. So real canines. You're not out of a job just yet.
The first games of the group stage of the World Cup kick off next Thursday. That's June 11th.
And the World Cup final will be Sunday, July 19th in MetLife Stadium in New Jersey.
First, hold on, let me pause the video. So if you haven't known, it's the title, GMS Vegas 144 Reload, and there go the title of the video. Let's get back to the video. What's that about? It look like they're scanning shit. Yeah, advanced surveillance device set to be deployed into the skies of Compton in the coming weeks.
As apartments,
your future, bro. Here the future is.
Across Atlanta deal with break-ins. Some properties are taking the initiative, this initiative, on 4 legs. And F reporter Joshua Skinner is at Columbia Crest Apartments in Southwest Atlanta. Who had a
that movie was it 2073? And any other movie that's dystopia with drones and New World Order like shit, and you know you gotta live underground and all that shit, it's damn near here, and it's gonna be in your face.
Bring up car break-ins.
You need to seek your how about Shemar Shah repent.
Stopped by a team of robots.
Car break-ins in Atlanta are not unusual, but how this one ended at Columbia Crest Apartments is, when thieves went looking for an easy score on Thursday, May 21st.
But what they didn't count on was a security guard with 4 legs.
There's an affordable housing crisis here in Atlanta, and there are a good number of properties that have low occupancy just because they're not safe.
That's the idea behind Undaunted, the robotic security company that has found itself on more than 36 commercial and residential properties in a little more than a year.
There isn't a technology system out there that can do what we did.
What the robots did was notice these thieves breaking into the Columbia Crest parking garage and into cars. One robot followed the fleeing thieves, the other met with police, who arrived in just a couple of minutes after Undaunted alerted them.
We are the mission control from Undaunted.
One thief was caught on the run, the other led by robots to this trash compactor area.
Which is a good place to hide, I guess.
Columbia Crest is an affordable housing community and wants as much security as it can muster.
Are you happy with the robots?
I love it.
Some residents even witnessed. Led by robots to this trash compactor area.
Which is a good place to hide, I guess.
Columbia Crest is an affordable housing community and wants as much security as it can muster.
Are you happy with the robots?
I love it.
Some residents even witnessed.
Jake love it. And I guess he gonna love him getting them chip implants too.
Last Thursday's arrests.
He got him.
He gonna love it when they rolling them robots with guns on their back. And the ones that fly, they're gonna be packing heat too, and the humanoid robots, they're gonna be goddamn, they're gonna be DDT in this bitch. Yeah, boo! Oh, DDT her big ass. Yeah, you know they're gonna goddamn, they're gonna be choke slamming Jake and goddamn, goddamn slicing Jake, shooting Jake up. Oh yeah, they're gonna be made to destroy you Israelites out here. When Esau come with that great wrath, oh yeah.
Made him stand still. I'm like, what the hell is this?
The robot is not a catch-all, but it fills what some properties are finding as a growing need.
They can go behind the bushes and in the areas that generally our monitoring patrols don't go to.
So while watching where you park might still be a thing, it's now becoming more of a thing for those with less than good intentions.
When we do this and we have a moment like this, I blast Ghostbusters.
Oh my goodness.
And then scream, who are you gonna call? Call Undaunted.
In Southwest.
Man, shut the fuck up, corny nigga. Yeah. Call Undaunted. Yeah, well you Israelite better be calling on Yahweh Shema Rashah when these motherfuckers come with guns strapped to their back, shooting your ass up. Heck yeah, cause boy these niggas Undaunted. Call Undaunted. This geek monster hell, he gonna have them robots coming for your ass. Oh yeah.
Atlanta, Joshua Skinner.
Juliet, Wilson County, good morning to you, where we have police taking a big step toward what they hope will be faster emergency response times.
Yeah, they say the new drone as a first responder program will be fully up and running by September. Fox 17 News' Chris Knowles is live this morning to explain to us how this would work.
Good morning, Jennifer Lindsay. I'm sure that you can see this big 3 that's right there behind me. This is Fire Station 3 here in Mount Juliet, and this is where this new drone would be housed. And the Mount Juliet Police Department is expecting this to be fully operational 24/7 by September. And they say that this drone is something that they're expected to help increase their response time. And it's designed to, again, get more eyes on emergencies before officers arrive to it. And the chief says that the faster response can help officers gather information quickly, track suspects, and better prepare.
Well, it be one, there's gonna be 5 and 20 of them. There's gonna be 100 of them, and then shit, 100 for each department or precinct.
For what they may find when they get to a scene.
And down there, all of them gonna have the capabilities of shooting things at you, either tear gas or live ammunition, some hot lead from airborne. Shit.
Drone was there within 30 seconds and up in the air and watching the suspect vehicle, watching the suspect walk around the home before officers ever arrived. So it takes our officers' response anywhere from 3 to 5 minutes to respond to a call. The drone is there within 30 seconds.
The department says that the dispatchers are also being trained as FAA certified drone pilots, and Metro Nashville Police Department also launched their drone pilot program last week. I'm Chris Hobbs reporting in Mount Juliet, Fox 17 News, your Code Red station.
Wired obtained more than 1,000 pages of internal reports from the DHS, the FBI, and state fusion centers this week. The documents describe new federal surveillance category. It does not appear in any prior public extremism guide, and the name is Anti-Tech Violent Extremism. The category folds a wide range of people under a single domestic terrorism heading. People opposing data centers.
Yep, they gonna be considering you a terrorist. Calling out Esau, the so-called white man, but he's not white. He's red. He's a baby dick sucking Jewish faggot nigger. Amalek, calling out Amalek, and saying that if you don't like the data centers, you are terrorists. We got to come and get you, kill you, or lock you up. Oh yeah, Jacob Trouble.
Their towns. People worried about AI displacing their work. People organizing against concentrated tech CEO power. A New York counterterrorism assessment cited in the reports warns of large-scale protests devolving into, quote, anti-tech violent.
And they want to say that we have the right to shoot these terrorists up, drop bombs on these terrorists. Man, hey man, I'd be wild if you start seeing these motherfuckers actually using the drones to attack these people. Oh man, now you know it's on then. We really need a Lord now, because this devil here, whoo. Anyway.
Extremist activity in cities within the next 5 years. The legal scaffolding comes from National Security Presidential Memorandum 7, which was signed last September. And that memo directs the Justice Department to target people holding anti-American, anti-Christian, and anti-capitalism beliefs. The documents that Wired reviewed pulled data center protests, AI displacement organizing, and the Zizian rationalist faction into the same surveillance frame. The intelligence apparatus invents a category when separate fights start reading as a single phenomenon. That is what the Wired documents describe. The federal surveillance posture is being enlarged to receive a movement that has reached coordination scale. There's also another reading underneath the headline. 18 months ago, a council ouster in Festus would not have really rippled to a fusion center desk. And regardless of how legitimate the reasons, it does now. And yet, each successful ballot initiative teaches the next town's residents which tools worked. So what is forming alongside the surveillance enlargement is a civic toolkit for refusing extractive build-outs that did not exist at this time last year. A deeper look at this is in today's edition of the Century Report, and the running record on communities' reactions to the data centers lives on the ARCS tracker on the website. Go check it.
Yeah, there go the movie. Man, I gonna say, I mean, it giving you a depiction of what the future will be like if the Lord doesn't, come, and shit, by 2073, man, we all be damn dead. This more like the year 20. Instead of 20, they could have pushed the movie back to 2028 or 2030. Let's say 2030. Because in 2073, if technology advanced, we won't have no damn drones with propellers. No, hell no. They'll have some damn drones with some anti-gravity propulsion some shit. But anyway, this is just a good idea of what the future is going to be like when this new world order kicks off, or what the fuck ever. Anyway, and they implement them chip implants, drones everywhere. one thing funny about this movie, they kept pushing like right wing this and right wing that, and being a liberal is nigga, they in on this shit too. You talking about liberals, and them niggas are corrupt too. Shit, it ain't about no damn left and right wing shit. Goddamn, they all in on this shit. Anyway, when it comes to politics, but they try to make it seem like it's all about the right, conservatives, and whatever. Speaking of Jared Kushner and that bitch, when they got an island they bought, supposedly they bought, they just went up there and took that motherfucker. Shit. And now they hogging the whole, they hogging the whole damn, well, I won't say the whole, well, a large part of the beach where people normally go to. And people pissed off about it. Now, you know what's so funny? I got a daggone flag or a copyright strike for showing a scene of a movie with no audio. With no freaking audio. But hey man, it's different for some dudes, some brothers, man. But it's just fucked up, man. Anyway, I just want to bring that up. It's just fucked up. Cause I'm thinking about playing this movie. I got the movie on my hard drive, or my solid state drive on this computer. I might play some scenes, but then I'm like, nah, cause they gonna flag me.
I'm coming in with something that I think every single individual on here really need to hear. First of all, go look for a movie called 2073. I got a little app on one of my phones. I can watch it. I don't know how anybody can watch it, but go to YouTube.
And it's so funny too about this movie. I actually watched the whole goddamn movie. Anything else I couldn't watch anything else. What movie they had? There was a movie called Is God Is. I watched about 5-10 minutes of this garbage. I couldn't look at this shit no more. I was like, man, I don't want to see this shit no more. This is some fucking shit. What other movies there is that I was going to look at, but I changed my mind. I said, fuck that. I ain't wasting my time. I know I'm talking. I don't give a fuck. I just got this martial arts movie. I'm going to check that shit out. What is this? Oh, I ain't studying this shit. The Neon Demon. I don't know what that about. The house that Jack built. Salakia. What was the movie I just got? Oh, All Quiet on the Western Front. So I was gonna watch that, but I changed my mind. I said, fuck that. Oh, One Spoon of Chocolate. I seen that shit. I was like, they set up Jake, and that shit looks so stupid and corny. I mean, I get the idea. I mean, I get what was going on. The Edomite bitches set Jake up and got beat up by some angry Edomite niggers with baseball bats. And the bats looked like they were plastic. Anyway, in the movie. But I just couldn't watch any of that shit. The only thing I can watch was that 2073. Because you want to be in that spirit and have that mindset on you that this shit is coming. We in the shit. It just ain't full blown. 9,000 RPM to the engine blow up. But it's coming. And you want to have your mind right. Mindset on what's going on. Pray the Lord keep your mind stable.
Look for the trailer. Trust and believe me when I tell you, you gotta watch it. If you've been talking about Trump stating he's gonna be the last president, that movie's gonna tell you about that. They talking about the data centers. Everybody on here now talking about, oh, this is why it's there, this is why. Fuck that. 2073 is gonna tell you exactly why the fucking data centers is there. Now, you wanna know about Palestine? Why it's happening in Palestine? It's all on
that movie. Yep. All that shit was set up. Yeah. Sure was. It was all in that movie. It was set up And the prophets been talking about this. How they set up digital surveillance, Palestine with the AI, they use that shit first. What's going on in Palestine, and they scan people's faces. They take pictures of the citizens, and then they living in this damn city with drones constantly flying around. And if you out of line or out of order, them baby dick sucking Jewish faggot fuckers can send a drone over there and blow your ass up. Hell yeah, they don't want to just blow you up. They'll blow 50 other people up. If you a Hamas, you consider to be Hamas by these niggas, guess what? They all gonna be Hamas. Even the baby. The 2-month-old baby gonna be Hamas too. Shit. That movie showing you. I mean, we've been talking about this shit. We've been talking about this shit. Shit. Yeah, this is a testing ground. The movie showing you that in that movie. They show you that in the movie.
2073. When I tell you that this war, all the countries that's supposed to be at odds with one another, go look at the movie 2073. I don't give a fuck who out there say, oh, it's making people scared. I don't give a fuck. Because the way I see it, fuck prepping. Fuck stocking. Because to me, none of it's going to matter any motherfucking way.
But why the hell your ass kept talking about that shit? I'm going to have my shit stacked up. Yeah, if it doesn't matter. Ain't it funny? Now he's changing things up now. I think this video came after when he was speaking. I think he was Uber driving some old Edomite couple, and they were talking about some get your shit in order and get some stuff. And he was like, yeah, I'm gonna get my shit stacked up to years and years to come. Right. But now that shit don't matter now, cuz.
If y'all don't understand why they still allow social media, social apps, it's because they want us to, how can I say, put ourselves out there. Oh yeah. In this motherfucking show that I'm watching, listen to me. Every motherfucking person out there that open their mouth on some shit they ain't supposed to, like I'm doing now, yes, I don't know.
Hey, that's what the Prophet Yahweh Shema Shah doing. That's what we doing. But we have a job to do that. And we ain't supposed to show no fear on that shit. The only fear we showing is fearing Yahweh Shema Shah, and that's it. Don't fear these niggas. They got the drones. They got all this technology. The earth was given to the hands of the wicked. These niggas got all the things at their disposal. But guess what? The Lord gonna lift up a standard against this faggot, Esau, Amalek. And when you put your hands on some of the Lord's elect, I don't know, and some of us gonna be martyrs, but you put your hands on the elect, but in a way where the Lord, hey man, the Lord is gonna fuck you niggas up. Matter of fact, since I said that, let me get to that. Isaiah chapter 20. No, matter of fact, let me get to. Let me read this. Damn, now I lost my train of thought. What I was supposed to be looking up. Shit, I hate when that happens. Come on, brain. Come on, brain. What you gonna do, brain? Shit. Now, man, I can't remember. Okay, I'll type in this. Damn. I was like, what's going on, brain? What's going on? I can't get my shit together. I'm going to go ahead and read this. Jeremiah 30, verse 5. Thou said the Lord Yahweh, we have heard a voice of trembling, of fear, and not of peace. As ye now, and see, rather do a man travail with a child. Travail with a child. Men don't give birth to babies, but they gonna be acting like they in labor. Wherefore do I see every man with his hands on his loins, as a woman in travail, and all face turned into paleness. It's gonna be crazy times, bro. Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. Who is he? The elect of Israel, starting with the man, woman, and the child. And how they gonna get saved out? Through the powers of Yahweh Shema Shah, using angels or hell. Lifting up a standard with the spiritual powers, or using the angels. It's pretty much ultimately the powers of Yahweh, and Yahweh Shah. That's gonna make these things happen for their people. Oh man, now I forgot again. What's the next one I want to read? Shit. Now I remember. Man, I need to write things down so I won't forget. But I know now I'm too lazy to even do that. Revelation chapter 12, verse 12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil, talking about Esau, so-called white man, but he ain't white, he's renting his baby dick sucking Jewish fag nigger, Amalek, is come down unto you having great wrath, because he knoweth that he has but a short time. So yeah, he gotta come with that great wrath. He's short time to rule the world, and it's moving fast. Everything's moving fast, and we just pray it move faster, but it's moving. Let me get to this one. Don't start there with me. 2nd Ezra chapter 16 verse 71. There shall be like madmen, sparing none, but still spoiling and destroying those destroying those that fear the Lord Yahweh Shema Shah, for there shall waste and take away their goods and cast them out of their houses. So if it's human beings, soldiers that's doing this shit, it could be robot soldiers doing this. We gonna see, man. It's gonna get crazy and wild out here. And like I said, when that time comes, the Lord gonna lift up a standard against the enemies of Israel, or for the elect of Israel, the 2/3 of Israel. Them niggas gonna be in a body bag, either intact but dead. The body gonna be intact, or either they'll be sliced up or blown up in pieces. I don't even know it'd be in body bags. They just be left behind. They be left out there, dead, rotten corpse, out in the streets, looking like doo-doo, cast out like dung. Isaiah chapter 59 verse 19. So shall they fear the name of the Lord Yahweh from the west, and his glory from the rising of the sun. When the enemy shall come in like a flood, yeah, they're gonna come in hard like a tidal wave or flooded from a rapid river or some shit. The spirit of the Lord Yahweh shall lift up a standard against him. Yeah, I want to see that day come, bro. If it ain't me, somebody else. I mean, like, if somebody else, hey man, I'm a servant of Yahweh Shema Shah. Protect me, shit. Heck yeah, protect me. Shoot. It's gonna get wild out here.
Trust and believe me.
And this guy here, he ain't saying nothing about you need to seek Yahweh Shema Shah. Never that.
Those data centers keeping up with you, partner. Or, ma'am. Every motherfucking thing you suspected going on, believe it. But now, for those that keep talking conspiracy theories, man, who gives a fuck about conspiracy? You better start living your life like it ain't no tomorrow. We were talking about history being wiped out of schools or whatnot. Has it ever occurred to you that maybe, just maybe in the future, there will not be a history or a past? And people, how can it not be a past or a history? Well, that's because it can be wiped the fuck away like y'all see it being done every day now. So go watch that movie 2073. On some real shit right now.
The only thing you see in the movie that was somewhat past related that they had that was shown in the movie, yeah, they had like old phones and old radios, but what they had was a book, a Malcolm X book. And people end up missing. Once they consider to be, they picked up by AI, and AI algorithms studying their facial recognition and body language and all that shit, and their behavior patterns. They be like, okay, we deem this person not worthy to live in society. So they snatch your ass up, put a bag over your head, and lock you up and do whatever to you.
Fuck all that confession bullshit. This right here really needs every single human being's attention.
The movie ain't no Oscar award winning, it ain't nominated for no reward and shit. It's just giving you a depiction of what shit gonna look like. Don't look at the quality of the movie. Look at what you get out of that movie. And what man, shit's gonna get real.
Watch it, 2073. Go to YouTube, search 2073, and watch the trailer and find out how the fuck you can watch that movie.
What if this science fiction movie is really just showing you the world?
I'll tell you how to go. Fuck it. Oh, I paused video at 11:44. I'm always show you. You can get it from off of this website, LimeWire. There's another one called 1337X or something like that. You can download. Watch out for these little crazy ass pop-ups, or you can download it from this website called What is it called? Download and watch movies online. Well, that's not the name of the shit. I don't want to go to the website. Ooh, I got gas. Fuck it, I will. Watch So Much. Go to here, and they should have the movie on here, or go to them other websites. So fuck it. I'll just go ahead and tell you that's how you watch the shit. But you gotta download. Either download a torrent software. You gotta be careful with all that stuff too. But anyway, let me get back to the video. You'll figure it out.
Palantir is building right now. The new movie 2073 is ostensibly about a near-future dystopian world shaped by authoritarianism, surveillance, and social collapse. But what
the movie ain't new and shit. It's like a couple years old.
Makes it unsettling is how much of it is built from the present, not the imagination. The film mixes fictional scenes with real footage, making the point that the infrastructure for this kind of future may already exist. And that's where American tech companies come in.
May already exist. It does exist.
The dystopian world 2073 imagines is not built only with soldiers or secret police. It is built with data, algorithms, facial recognition, predictive systems, and surveillance tools that promise efficiency, safety, or convenience while concentrating extraordinary power in the hands of governments and private corporations. Think about companies like Palantir, whose business model is built around gathering, organizing, and analyzing massive amounts of data for governments, law enforcement, immigration enforcement, and military operations. The concern is not that one company alone creates a dystopia. It's that the technical architecture for mass monitoring and behavioral prediction already exists, and much of it has been normalized. The old dystopian fear was the government watching you through a camera. The modern version is more sophisticated. Your location data, your purchases, your social networks, your online behavior, your associations, all can become inputs in systems that make judgments about risk, threat, access, or
Hey man, this is the part of the job, man. You gotta make your life a living sacrifice when you serving Yahweh Shemal Shah. So don't fear none of this shit. Like say the Lord could have us be put into prisons, but for 10, what is it? Might as well go ahead and get it. Don't fear none of this shit. Don't have no worries about it. But you know you want to have it on your mind, thinking what this could happen, that could happen. Don't think it's gonna be a walk in the park where you just hopping and skipping in the field of tulips and wildflowers, dancing with the butterflies and bumblebees and shit. No. No. Damn, I lost my train of thought again. Oh yeah, now I remember. It ain't gonna be no time to celebrate. No. I got a burp. Yeah. Revelation chapter 2 verse 10. Fear none of those things that thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil, talking about Esau, that faggot, Amalek, that faggot too, they all both Esau, shall cast. Well, of course one is Esau because it's Esau, but Amalek is also Esau too. Well, pretty much Esau. Anyway, the devil, Esau, Amalek, shall cast some of you into prison, that ye may be tried, ye shall have tribulation 10 days. It might be less than that. It might be longer. I don't know. Be faithful. Be faithful to Yahweh Shemal Shah. Be thou faithful unto death. So you gotta be, even if you gotta be a martyr, be put to death, beheaded, be at a firing squad, get shot up, or either get I don't know what else. I know they don't do the electric chair shit, but they probably wouldn't mind doing that too. But hell, what else? Lethal injection. What else? Any kind of way to kill. Hangings. And actually, guillotine be the cheapest, most fastest, more effective way. All they gotta do, keep that blade sharp and let that blade drop. Trump. And save the organs too. They ain't gotta shoot your ass, or they can shoot you in your head. But then again, that one preserved. Then somebody wants your eyeballs. So yeah, so they'll just cut your head off. And cutting your head off is the easy, cheapest. It's the cheapest way of getting your organs. But fuck that. Anyway, and I will give thee a crown of life. Most likely, yeah, they're gonna be chopping people's heads off. Hangings ain't gonna. All that other shit, I don't know if they gonna do that. But the chopping your head off by the guillotine, yeah, that's gonna be the thing. That's gonna be, yeah, because they're gonna harvest organs and yeah. But anyway, and the Lord give you a crown of life. What should that be? A place in the first fruit, the kingdom of Israel, the kingdom of pretty much the kingdom that will come. That's gonna come, not will come. That's gonna come. Yeah, new bodies, immortality, spiritual powers. Yeah, yep. Let's get back to the video.
Vision 2073 asks what happens when that technology merges with authoritarian politics, not when democracy is healthy, when it's under strain, when dissent is treated as danger, when surveillance is sold as security, when corporations building these systems face little public scrutiny. That's what makes the film feel less like science fiction and more like a warning about choices being made right now in Silicon Valley, Washington, and boardrooms most people will never see.
Second Corinthians chapter 2, verse 11. Least Satan get an advantage of us, for we're not ignorant of his devices. Job chapter 13, verse 27, NLT. You put my feet in stocks. You explain all my paths. You trace all my footsteps. Footprints. I'm tripping. Footprints. Yeah, Esau gonna be tracking everything you doing. Trying to be like the Most High. Revelation chapter 13, verse 15. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. So yeah, guillotines, execution. Hold on, dog. Matthew chapter 24, verse 21 and 22. For then shall be great tribulations, such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time, nor ever shall be. And except those days be shortened, there should no flesh be saved, but for the elect's sake those days shall be shortened. Man, hell, it won't be no flesh saved if we actually make it to 2073. And I know we ain't making it that year. Shit. I'm praying it's just one more year left, 2027. Maybe 2028. Shit, maybe. But I know darn well it can't be no 2073. Shit. But you never know. I think that's it. That's the last one. Let me get one more. Let me get one that I can read. Let me read this one out of my notes. Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 1. And I was set upon my watch, and set me upon the tower, and will watch to see what he will say unto me, and what I shall answer when I am reproved. And the Lord Yahweh answered me and said, write the vision, which be prophecies, and make it plain upon a table. Write it down, and make it simple for the next generation to read, and the next generation to read, and then they'll clearly see that, wow, these things actually happen. Is that hornet inside the house? No, it's outside. I'm looking at this hornet crawling on the screen of the window. I thought it was inside. But anyway, that may run that read of it. So once we read this, we gonna tell somebody about it. For the vision is yet for the appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie, though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come, it will not tarry. So ain't no hesitating on when these prophecies pop off, because they only popping off at the time of what Yahweh Shema Shah commanded to be. Yep. So I don't think I can tell you, man, it's gonna get crazy out here, man. Prophecies are popping off, and when all this AI shit blows up, guess what? The chip implant's gonna be pushed too. So yeah, you've been warned, so don't be surprised. Best to get this knowledge and get this truth now before it's too late. You don't be looking like no dumbass like some of these dumbass people are or will be. But anyway, seek the Lord by seeking his prophets and take heed what to say and try to build a spiritual mental relationship with Yahweh Shema Shah by praying Yahweh Shema Shah, praising Yahweh Shema Shah, worshiping Yahweh Shema Shah, fearing Yahweh Shema Shah, and repenting in Yahweh Shema Shah. To all the men out there pushing this truth and none but the truth in the name, spirit, and power of Yahweh Shema Shah. Keep on preaching, keep on teaching, keep your faith and trust strong. Yahweh Shema Shah, stay humble. And for you few sisters out there taking heed, keep your faith and trust strong. Yahweh Shema Shah, stay humble, stay in order with your man. If you ain't got no man, stay in order. Yahweh Shema Shah. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect and all praises to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shah. Shalom.